on YouTube? It's James with ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got another battle report for you today, right before Buckeye battles. Now, this game I got in last week with Jesse, and this list is very similar to his final list at hand that I'm submitting to Buckeye battles. So you're going to see some similarities here. This is something we were talking about in those list reviews yesterday and the day before. But I got a game. This is immediately after playing Ian's Lizards. I'm playing Jesse with his War Machine Heavy Ogre Cons, his gun list Ogre Con list. Anyways, I don't have much time, so I got about like less than 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just start speeding through the lists and show you what we have. Over here I got my Forest Goblins. I got 24 Goblins with skirmishing, throwing weapons, bows, banner of discipline. I have my level 4 Pyromaniac in there as well, but I don't have a picture of him for some reason. I got 30 Cave Goblins with bows and nets, as well as a level 3 Witch Doctor right in the corner. Yeah, I mean, the Witch Doctor I think is a very important part of this list building, because he gives me those hexes that are basically really needed, I think, in an Orc and Goblin list. I love Pyromancy, and I think Pyromancy is should not go anywhere. I think it should just definitely be part of the Orc and Goblin book. But I mean, we need those damaging spells. We need those things that destroy hordes and whatever before we get into combat. But at the same time, having the hexes really makes goblins useful. Over here, I got a unit of Iron Orcs, 12 of them. And then we have Crom, the Idol of Gork. He is a tough 8 monster. Over here, I got King Koopa. He is a 1-up, 4-up. Then I have the Obsidian Sword. Over here I got a Zod. Zod is a 1-up, 4-up as well, but he has the regen. He also has a great weapon and paired weapons on a chariot. He also has the Bluffer's Helm. I'm really curious on how I got this green on this orc. I think it's a mixture of Belor brown mixed with something, but I haven't made a color like that in a while, and I've been doing a lot of green skins, so I'm really curious on how I did that. Just looking at it, I'm like appreciating my own artwork here. Alright, over here I got my staple of my army, my 50 common goblins, with Shady Gits and the War Banner and freaking bows and shields. This army, and not only that, but they have like trolls and barrels and squigs in there. What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie. I had to last minute situation happened. I didn't get my Forest Goblins in the mail like I thought I would, so I ended up having to take some of my common goblins out, putting them in the Forest Goblins as skirmishers, and in the meantime I had to do with unit fillers. So that's what you're seeing. I think it looks good. At the same time, I did make that troll, and I was like really wanting to show off that troll with the non-metallic axe going on. So I was just like, all right, I gotta get him in there somehow. So I did. I got the Space Rock, which is a Gargantula Spider, and then I got 5 Wolf Riders. I got my unit of 3 Chariots, the Wolf Pack, Grom's Wolf Pack, and you're going to see some upgrades on them in the next video after this one, of course. And then we're going to go over my brother's list. My brother's list, he has 3 Tuskers. He has, I think, the Gleaming icon on them. Over here he has... We'll get to that picture later. I'll skip that picture for now. He has a unit of mercenary vets, 6 of them, or 5 of them, with the BSB with Yeti's fur. Now, this is a very interesting combo, and I'm going to talk about it now because it's too late. It's already a list that you'll be able to see and able to play against at Buckeyes as well as ETC. But the Yeti fur makes you 1 initiative slower if you're touching this unit. Plus the fact that they have Iron Fist gives them +1 initiative. So these guys are basically roughly doing initiative 5. Alright? So if you're at initiative 5, you're getting about the same speed as them. If you're at 6, which is only like 2 units in the game plus lords, those guys are going to basically be hitting faster than them. But everybody else is getting smashed by these guys first. That is crazy. They have Thunder's Charge, so they're going to be hitting you at Strength 6 on that first round of combat. They have the Dragon Banner, so the re-rolling 1s. This is a deadly unit. This is a really deadly unit. Now, I have 3 units of Bruisers here. I I have a blurry picture of tribesmen here, about 7 tribesmen with the level 4 pyromancer. They also have a banner of discipline here. And then he has 2 thunder cannons, and then here we go, guys. The most talked about thing in, well, like the 3rd most talked about thing in our battle report or videos. The 3 Stratapults, and holy shit, they just get from small to big to bigger. Holy shit! I think the thing that sells the look of this is the fact that they all actually have catapult arms shooting like random shit. I think that's awesome. But he has 3 Stratapults. That giant Squigoth is just ginormous. Let's see what's going on. I got a bunch of freaking... Oh, sorry, I got a message from home right now. That's pretty funny. We're playing the diagonal deployment. I believe we are playing... No, we're playing Breakthrough. That's what we are. Okay, for my spells, I got Twisted Effigy, Scorching Salvo, Enveloping Embers, Pyroclastic Flow, Cascading Fire, Will o' the Wisp, and The Wheel Turns. I know you guys are like, that's a lot of spells. You know what? I like choices of spells. Having more spells makes it harder for the opponent to guess what you're trying to do. I go ahead and I line up on the diagonal. I forgot who dropped first. He might have dropped first. I dropped first. I don't remember. I think we started, yeah, we started to drop 1 and 1, and then I kind of figured out where he was going. The thing is with my brother, he has enough bruisers to kind of like spread out, so it's hard to figure out where he's going. So once he started dropping a couple bruisers, I was like, you know what, I have to get across no matter what. I want to line up on the line. The first, I mean, I think if you can see it here, I put my Wolf Riders on the far left, I put my Ironworks on the far right, then I put my Goblins so far back that his Stratapults cannot hit me. The problem here is if I take first turn, those Goblins are useless. And I ended up dropping everything and going first because I was just like, fuck it. I don't want to get shot by cannons. I kind of want to get onto his side and give him the pressure of turn 1. So, I'm going to take turn 1. I drop like this, he drops like that, and we're going to go into Vanguards. I move my Wolf Riders over to this side. Now, my Wolf Riders have a very specific job. One job only, and that is to harass the war machines so I don't die. It's that simple. Alright, so turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. I move Koopa up because I'm not really worried that Koopa's going to have a problem with the Tuskers or the Bruisers. I move my Goblins out of the forest, my Forest Goblins, because I want to get the Pyromancer to kill the first Stratapult. That is their goal, is to kill that one Stratapult. They have a goal in mind, that's it. I move both Goblin blocks up because I messed up. And then I move Zod up in the middle, just figuring he's going to have to shoot the Spider or the Chariots. He's not really worried about Zod. I move the Chariots up, I move the Spider up, I move Crom up, I move everybody up, basically. Everybody's going up. Alright, Magic Phase, I got 4 power dice. Go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo. He lets it go through. I ended up doing it with 2 dice, but for the small one, he lets it go through. I only do 2 wounds onto the Bruisers here. I do 1 wound onto the Stratapult, which was my real target, and then 1 wound onto the Mercenary Veterans. I end up doing the Pyroclastic Flow small, he stops it, then I go into shooting. I go ahead and I shoot all these guys, including the Skull Splitter, into that Stratapult. I put on 2 more wounds, but it's still alive. I tried. Turn 1. Alright. Turn 1, and some Frosted Mini Donuts of Ogrecons, Brogrecons. So first thing he does is he decides to declare some charges. He charges those Bruisers into my Forest Goblins. I think it was pretty far. I think he needed like a 9 or 10 without Swift Stride. So I just did a stand and shoot. I figured if I kill one, I could potentially cause a panic. The biggest issue with this list was the fact that his leadership was leadership 8. So I'm figuring everybody's basically 8 across the board on this list. I'm just going to go ahead and start causing panic. So I tried to kill off the Bruisers, but they were in the forest. It was hard to kill. I think I need to hit on 7s, wound on 5s. Didn't happen. I actually did 2 wounds, but he armor saved them. Over here, he charges both the Bruisers and the Tuskers into Koopa, and you know what? Koopa doesn't care. So he charges here. Like I said, oh, I end up putting 1 wound on. 1 wound. Huh, interesting. And that's about it. I think they failed their charge. Everybody else got into Koopa, no problem. Koopa's holding up the left side. Magic Phase got 10 power dice. He goes ahead and he does a Pyro Flow onto these guys, kills off 4 of them. Pyromancy really hurts this unit. Really, really hurts this unit. He goes ahead and he does a Scorching Salvo, kills off 4 more. Oh, God. Then he goes ahead and he kills one chariot with the Scorching Salvo, which also the attribute went there. And then that was basically it. Shooting phase. First, Scratapult misfires and cannot shoot for the rest of the game. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, lucked out there. Oh my god. The second Scratapult, though, goes and boom! Just takes out like the back rank of my goblins here. Holy shit. The third catapult, I think Scratapult missed. This cannon misfires, takes a wound. The other cannon shoots the spider and does 4 wounds onto the spider. Ouch! Alright. Over here, close combat. Peggy ends up killing off one of the bruisers. I have Koopa swing at the Tuskers, but Koopa missed. He goes ahead and he hits. He does his impact hits. He does his swings. He does about 5 wounds. No, I take it back. He does more than 5 wounds. Look at this shit. I am not fucking kidding you. Holy shit. He did 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 wounds. And I armored and ward saved every single one of them. Holy shit. He has a charge, a banner. I have like a couple wounds. I stick there for a turn. And holy shit. It's going to start off turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. So he moved these guys to try to chaff me, get in my way. What I ended up doing was I ended up charging them with the chariots, who could see them. I kind of did this because either A, he ignores the chariots to get into the backfield after this turn. Option B is it allows the spider to just walk around these guys and ignore them after this, and I get rid of his scoring unit in the way. Alright, so I do that. I go ahead and I move the spider. Spider fails its march check, though. It only moves a little bit forward. The chariots, like I said, rammed. The black orcs are heading that way to get into the backfield as well, because they're kind of being ignored by everything else that's rushing forward. Crom's moving up. Zod's moving up. I kind of condense the forest goblins and continue shooting over there. Magic phase. I got 5 power dice. I go ahead and I do a cascading fire onto Koopa. It goes off. I go ahead and I do a scorching salvo. He stops it, and that's about it. Shooting phase over here. I'm going to shoot these guys. They were in range at his bruisers. Kill off the one bruiser. He sticks. That's all that really happened in shooting. I try to kill the Scratapult. I believe I did do one more wound onto the Scratapult with the forest goblins, but it's still alive. It has 1 wound remaining. Over here, close combat, Peggy puts on another wound onto the bruisers. He goes ahead and he swings. He actually sneaks in 2 wounds this time. Now, here's where I came up with the idea. I should have just been killing the bruisers. I should not have been trying to hit the T5 monster. I should just be hitting the freaking T4 guys that have no armor. The cascading fire did 1 more wound. I believe I stick 1 more round at this combat. Over here, close combat, impacts just annihilated these guys. I think I did like 12 wounds on impact hits or 11 wounds on impact hits, and he was just like, oh no, it was like 7 wounds, and then the guys on top and the dogs killed him before he swung. That's what it was. I just reform because I want him to kill the chariots or attack the chariots, to be distracted by the chariots for a turn, and if not, the chariots are about to ram the Scratapults and start getting into the back lines. Turn 2, Ogre Cons. Turn 2, Ogre Cons. He goes for the bait. He goes and charges the Scratapult into my chariots. I'm hoping he actually fails this charge. He fails the charge. I get a nice charge in, back counter charge. That'll be awesome. But he doesn't. He gets in. He uses his bruisers to chaff Zod, which I believe in this angle he could not technically chaff Zod. I think I could have just wheeled around him and just go ahead into mercs if I wanted to. We corrected this later. Yeah, this is kind of how it looks. He moves his mercs up, he moves his tribesmen up. I mean, it's time for him to start dealing with my shit. The one thing that he can do, though, is he's probably going to kill my spider. My spider only has 4 wounds left, and both his cannons are able to shoot this turn. Magic phase, he got 6 power dice, and I don't think he got a good spell off. I think he failed a spell, and then he just tried to do something else, and then I just stopped it. I think he like triple one to spell, I believe. Anyways, Scratapult the first, the Shogoth, or no, that's Shogoth. The Squigoth. The Squigoth shoots and boom, takes out more of my goblins. God damn. Oh god damn, leave my goblins alone. Oh my god. This cannon shoots and it hits the spider, but only does 2 wounds. My spider is dying. She's on her last 2 wounds. The other Scratapult misses. The other cannon misses. And over here, close combat. He impact hits, kills my freaking chariots. I go ahead and I think I do like 1 wound maybe. I don't even remember, but it doesn't matter. I run from combat. He chases. He ends up right into my Black Orcs, and I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that. Over here, close combat, he ends up trying to kill off Koopa again. Koopa ends up killing. This is where I started attacking the Bruisers specifically. So the Bruisers, I end up killing off one of the Bruisers, but at this time, I'm at the last wound. He goes ahead and he swings, and he ends up killing Koopa. That kind of sucks. Anyways, he's gonna go ahead and face this way. And it's going to start off my turn. Now, it's my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 3, and the first thing I do is I go ahead and, if you can barely tell in this blurry-ass picture, but my dogs are charging that wounded Scratapult. That Scratapult only has 1 wound remaining, and my dogs were hiding behind the hill for the opportune time to charge in, so they do. They're getting in, like so, boom, right there. Alright. Now, I had to make a decision here. I end up charging the Spider into the Tribesman. Now, I did this because I know the Spider's dead. The next turn, he's going to shoot me twice with cannons. He's going to kill the last 2 wounds on the Spider. If he hits once, I'm dead. Alright, so I decided to charge the Spider in, and I decided to charge Crom in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Crom's giving out that bubble of either Devastating Charge or +1 to wounds. I give the Spider +1 to wound, and I'm going to assassinate his general. That's what I'm going to do. I'm hoping the multi-wounder goes off. I'm hoping all that stuff. I know the Spider's going to die, but if I could kill his general, great. Crom's in, he's going to kill that chaff, and I move Zod out of the line of sight of the mercenaries. Okay? So I think I used the Wog in this spot right here. I figured if the Tuskers want to go into Zod, Zod can handle his own. I move all the Goblins in a spot where they could just... I haven't had to move. I'm in a good spot where I can shoot all my bow shots at pretty much anything on the table at the moment, except for like the Tuskers and the Scratapults. So everybody's staring at those Mercs, and the first thing I'm thinking is, I know Crom is going to overrun into those Mercs. Crom's going to kill those 2 guys, like straight up, and once I do, I'm going to overrun, and I'm going to overrun directly into those mercenary vets, and I want to... Actually, it might not have. If he would have lived, I don't think I could. Whatever. Anyways, so what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to soften him up regardless. I need to soften him up. So Magic Phase, I got 8 Power Dice. First thing I do is a Scorching Salvo, and I fail it. I just get a freaking 9. I go ahead and I do a Pyro Flow. It goes off. I think I did a small. I only did... I end up killing off one of his mercenaries. Great. Alright. I go ahead and I give these guys the Evil Eye, hoping they don't charge into Zod. I go ahead and I do the wheel turns here onto the Spider, thinking that with the Goblin attacks, they're going to be wounding on 4s, +1 from Crom, so they'll be wounding on 3s. So all I really got to do is I got to make sure I hit that damn Shaman, who's T5, okay? So I go ahead and I throw the wheel turns up on my Spider. Over here, shooting. Holy shit. I unleash the holy hell of Goblin bows. Every bow shot possible into those mercenary vets who are sitting there. And brach, I kill off 2 of the mercenary vets. Causes a panic check. Now again, his leadership of his general is 8. He fails. He rolls like a 10. He grabs the dice. He rolls again. He rolls a 12. He's like, shit. They're fleeing. That just changed the game. That just changed the game. He flees. He runs through the rock. Runs that way from the Force Goblins who killed the last guy. Runs that way. Now, not only that, but my freaking wolves are about to start that combat with the Scratapult. So if I could kill a Scratapult and overrun, I'm going to kill his BSB's unit and be in the back lines. It causes a panic, I think, on the Scraplings, maybe? I don't remember. Over here, close combat, he impact hits, kills 4 of my Black Orcs. My Black Orcs go back and they just rip apart. I'm not kidding. I don't even have a picture of it. They just tore the tank up one turn. One turn of combat. It was just nasty. Over here, close combat, I only sneak in 2 wounds onto the Shaman. The Goblins didn't even get a chance to attack, and he just kills my Spider. Ugh. It was just a whiff roll. I think I only got the 2 hits off, to be honest. It was brutal. That was pretty brutal. Over here, close combat. God damn it. My wolves charge in. I don't do the single wound. He does 2 wounds back. I have a charge and a flank. He has 2 wounds. It's a push, and we're going to stick there, and it's going to go ahead and look like this. Crom kills his bruisers, and he's basically just staring at Zod and Crom, and this is a very interesting situation. It's kind of like a showdown now. It's gonna go turn 3. Ogre Cons. Turn 3 Ogre Cons. He charges the Bruiser and he charges the Tuskers in because the Bruiser has to go in because he's chaffing the damn Tuskers. And they all get in. Now, the Bruiser was in the flank, which was like, oh, stupid guys in my flank. Over here, his BSB did not rally and continues to run and goes through his cannon. His cannon flees, and his cannon runs that way as well. And then, guys, it's a Shy Ambulance. A Shy Ambulance. And then, Magic. Magic, he got 8 Power Dice. 1 second. I don't have a water. Okay. Magic phase, he goes ahead and tries to do a Pyroclastic Flow. He fails. He tries to do a Cascading Fire. He fails. He tries to do a Scorching Salvo. He fails. Either he failed or I stopped him. So basically that's that. Over here, the Stratapults start hitting the Goblins. Now the Goblins are getting so low on ranks that it's not as effective anymore, but he still kills 4 guys with the Stratapult. Over here, oh, these guys actually killed the tank this turn. Apparently the tank lived, but we killed the Stratapult here. Over here, my dogs end up putting on that 1 wound outside the Stratapult. Stratapult breaks. My dogs are free. He ends up killing one of my Goblins. But as you can see, if he's fleeing already, and I just won that combat, I'm going to chase everything off the fucking table. Everything's off the fucking table. Over here, close combat. Oh my god, I go paired weapons, and I just kill the chump that was sitting next to me, because I don't want to give him any extra combat res. Everybody failed to wound on the impact hits on Zod. Zod is a beast. Zod is a freaking tank. I honestly believe, let's see, he charged in. He has a charge, a banner, and no wounds. I end up doing 3 wounds onto that one guy, so I win combat by 1. He has no BSB reroll. He runs, and Zod just chases that unit down and kills them. Nope, they get away. They run through the rocks, run through the wolves, and like I said, those wolves are just going to chase everything off the fucking table. Oh, God. And then he ended up losing 2 Tuskers from DTs, too, which is it's even more ugly. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, like, it's going to go ahead and start off my turn, and between Crom and Zod, I'm going to go ahead and charge instead, Tribesman block, and he knows it's over. It's basically, it's just domino effect from here, and I don't even have to charge in. I could just shoot him with all this shooting, but, yeah, it's over. It's a bloody game. It's a massive Orc and Goblin victory. I think I got really lucky, but one thing that this game allowed us to do was actually analyze Jesse's list and talk about the fact that his major glaring flaw was the leadership. What we ended up deciding to do was dropping the Tuskers out of the list and basically boosting up his leadership bubble or his leadership to a 9. Giving him some extra bonuses like Rotten Jaw, as well as giving him 7 mercs. So now his mercs have a lot more to deal with. It's basically it's going to be a deadlier army to deal with now, just because of better leadership, better Wizard Master. Both the Tribesmen and the mercs are able to deal with close combat. The loss of the Tuskers, I mean, I do think the Tuskers are a good rush piece, but in the fact that he has a gun line, I don't think he really needs it. So, we're going to see. We're going to see how it goes. MVPs for me, I think is the Goblin shooting. The Goblin shooting causing that panic check on his mercs basically won me the game. So I have to give it to the Goblin shooting. The MVP for him was freaking Stratapults. If he had 2 to 3 more turns of shooting with Stratapults, I knew I had to deal with the Stratapults right away. And if I didn't, I think I would just get basically smoked. I think he could play a tighter formation with the Stratapults. That way it wasn't so easy to get to them. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, like I said, I got to get to work. Everybody's here, ready to work out, so I'm going to get off this. Guys, I'm still going to Salamanca, Spain. I still need some assistance, so if you guys can donate, please donate to the channel. I have a Patreon set up as well as a GoFundMe set up, so anything you guys can send my way, that would be great. $1 to $5 will help. Honestly, you guys think it doesn't, but it really does, because it starts to add up, and it is a very taxing trip for me. As well as, if you guys haven't hit like and subscribe, hit like and subscribe. And guys, I'll see you next time. Actually, after Buckeye battles. So wish me luck at Buckeyes, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.